My beautifully creative Capricorns. To save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences for the week. And as always, I'll be teaching the tarot through each card so you not only receive your message, but you start to build your own intuitive relationships with the cards, because that's what this channel is all about, promoting tarot for its betterment, and our benefit. And your benefit and your betterment comes this week, Capricorn, in such a beautiful way. Happiness in love, happiness in new ideas and new endeavors, all in a new direction. It's so wonderful to see because it's so well deserved. And the only bummer to this beach party bingo is your thinking. So stop thinking about perfection, having that ideal for yourself, which often translates our perspective to have that same idea for other people. And that's going to be your downfall this week. And there's no need for it at all, because everything is working harmoniously in a great new direction for your benefit. Okay, let's just kick it off as to why I'm saying it. And also, I'll say this before I kick it off. It's a time for rest and reprieve, and for all the good work and hard challenges that you overcame, and lots of even shadiness from other people and situations. It's just been a whole kit and caboodle of stuff. And you're starting to see like the new way of moving forward. You're starting to do that in a new direction. And you're starting to see the potential of the reward that's going to come your way. And it definitely is. But you kind of need a break from the overthinking and just trying to control something with that anal retentive personality of an earth sign. I'm an earth sign as well, so I'm the same way. So I get it. But when I see the Hangman in that 10th card position, which is the outcome card, it's time for you to take a time to rest, because it's God in the universe's way to saying, good job here, Capricorn. You've taken on those challenges and you've done it with a good heart and good intention. Even if we tripped up, it doesn't matter. It's not about judgment. It's all about heart and intention in God's world, right? And the Hangman is saying, good job. So I need you to go rest. It's a voluntary sacrifice to take a breather. And honestly, when I've had the Hangman, I couldn't even have another thought, never mind another action. And it's like God's way to say, you just take a step aside. I need to get in there. And I really need you to kind of drive home this point with you, because in the second card placement is the Queen of Swords, and she's crossing this. She's the beach party bingo bummer here. She is crossing all the potential, all the ideas, all the new moves in a new direction, including the satisfaction in the area of heart and relationship and home and family, all the things that you've been working so hard to solidify. It's really starting to have a firm foundation. And this gal wants to undermine us, right? Especially in the crossing position, because in the exalted or the upright position, the queen would be someone really good in business, law, and contracts. She's favorable in those areas, especially legalities. When we need an intellect of strategy and analytical thinking, she's at the forefront for that kind of endeavor. But 100% of the times, especially when she's in a crossing card like this, she is the bitch of the tarot to me. She's sitting, and the bitch she is too is taking that sword and she's aiming it at your head and your heart, and she's undermining you. See how she's pouring away emotion? I don't want to have any feeling in my decision making. I just want to keep an emotional distance. And I'm taking that heart, like I said, it's aiming at our head and our heart, and it's undermining our own authority, our own identity, our own honesty, and how capable and talented we are. And she sits on your shoulder and tells you that you're not enough, or you should be doing this, or you should be that, or you should be having this, or you should be doing this. It's just an endless narrative of a dialogue that's just like, ugh. Get out of my head. So pluck her off your shoulder, because she's blocking the beautiful energy of the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight wants to take you for a ride to go see all the seeds that you've been planting, and let's see how they're sprouting. Let's see what the potential is for our harvest in tomorrow. The Knight is slow and methodical. He's of the Pentacles. I'll say this too, Capricorn. You are the ruler of Pentacles because you're an Earth sign, and that's you to a T. You're like the methodical, practical, pragmatic approach to everything, especially for a Capricorn. I'm a Taurus, so I'm a little bit more rushy. Like let's just get there, but not a Capricorn. You're going to take your time and Rubik's Cube it to maybe to death with the Queen. So let's not get into analysis paralysis kind of scenario. Okay, the Queen could do that. Let's take the ride with the Knight, and it already means that you've already planted stuff. And the Knight offers protection and security too. So wherever these new kind of ways or these new pathways are leading you, trust it, because you need to trust yourself. And that's the real kind of overall gist of the reading, is like like you've been working so hard to get into that balance again of heart along with intellect and trusting yourself in the intelligence area along with your intuition. It's been a big thrust for you in a lot of ways, but it's really paying off. And I'll say this too, because you are that. You're half ram of Aries and you're half fish of Pisces. You start the zodiac and you end the zodiac wheel, right? So you're going to have all the lessons in between. And then you got on top of all that, you've got Saturn as your ruler, which is one of the toughest taskmasters of the all the planets. It literally is the taskmaster, but there's always big rewards, including getting younger as you get older. So any way you look at it, it's really favorable to be a Capricorn, and it's a really good time to be a Capricorn right now because that night wants to take you in a new direction. So just kick this gal to the curb, take off, just leave her at the side of the road and go just take a ride with the night, because God has got new ways for you to take all that skill set and lessons and experience and wisdom that have been born out of all these life lessons basically over the last 10 years. And it really gets to be like push forward in a new way for you. It's like the whole, like I said, the whole kit and caboodle is on offer to you. So what do you want at your banquet table? Okay, Capricorn, whatever you want to kind of design, it's within your reach, and you've got such a great platform to build on anything. And that's what God's saying here in that third card placement, the top of the matter in the 10 card spread. But I like to say God's way and the universe's way of how to navigate the kind of week. And the Page of Pentacles is the kind of younger brother of the Knight, right? And it's no coincidence that it's sitting on top of the Knight. So I want you to buy into that enthusiasm when you were planting your new ideas. See, he's holding that gold coin of money. So abundance, he comes to as us as the rulers of the earth domain and the pentacles as well. And even if you have to put out a little money to plant your seeds, you're going to get the harvest. That's what the Knights wants to remind you of as well. So don't beat yourself up. Just keep on doing, even if, let's say, plans got delayed or you had to outlay a little bit more cash than you were expecting, whatever the case may be, or even heart and emotion too, because that's also on the line here as well. Don't undercut yourself, okay? Just be giving, compassionate, grateful, and just trust in your abilities and your skill sets, especially for your mind. So don't let her undermine your own intellect, okay? And I think part of it is just being a little tired from taking the ride, and that's why this new energy is appearing of taking a journey of one life. Okay, and here's the Pentacles again in the fourth card position in base of the matter in the 10 card spread. But I like to say the gut feeling that you're having is the 9 of Pentacles, and that's a reflection of the end. Okay, the Pentacles again, the material world. And a lot of people just keep it to work and money and health and community. But after doing tarot for so long and being an earth sign myself, and we rule this area, it's family, home, relationship, as well as career, as well as the way we're treating our body and our mindset and the way that we are in society. Okay. And the 9 of Pentacles saying, good job here, Capricorn. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a big congratulations because you really deserve it. See, all your Pentacles are in a row. And maybe that's why too, because sometimes when we get rooted in past accomplishments, whatever that domain is that we were covering in the area of the Pentacles, it means really at the end of the day, you've got the strong structure to build on in any area. You can make anything materialize in a new way. So don't, again, undermine your own authority. Let this negative thinking and that dialogue, just bear you down in a not a good way, because it's going to undermine you, like I said, in your creativity and your productivity. And that's just a bummer for a Capricorn, because then no magic appears. Like when you guys get that idea and you want to bring it forth, and it's, stoked with imagination and heart and spirit. Wow, there's nothing stopping you guys. You can create anything. And that's the 9. It's that validation. And you know this in your gut. I know, Capricorn. I'm not telling you anything new. And I'll also say this, because the 9 is the journey of the ending of the suit of the minor arcana to the number 10. So one new chapter is starting to unveil. So don't tell yourself that you have to rest on your accolades, or tell yourself you're too tired to take on any new adventures, right? Because it's all in the potential of what you want to do. And what makes me so proud of this reading, and for you too as well, is in the 5th card placement, the 8 of Swords. And so many Capricorns who I read for have had, people in situations that have been kind of like in conflict and frustrating and plucking a nerve, and then some, in the area of your identity, who you are, how you want to live, how you want to work, how you want to do your life overall in general. And you've been learning along the way too. Those are never easy lessons in the area of our swords, which is our intellect, our intelligence, the way that we want to communicate that. And to the ancient tarot, it was our identity, breaking the archetypical or stereotypical way that we have to be with families, friends, society. And it's the eight is supposed to read the refresh rejuvenation, but it doesn't feel like that at all in the source, because it feels like a gerbil wheel of hell. I feel like I'm going around and around and around. I'm indecisive. I'm in decision making. I can't make up my mind. I don't know what's good for me. Okay, I'm getting all this other kind of input. I'm maybe even gaslighted in certain ways. I don't know exactly what is going on. But the eight says, okay, you got this, Capricorn. This is all about you, and you worked that out. So I'm really proud of you. You've taken that refresh rejuvenation. And also, too, I'll say this, because part of that lesson was learning of people in situations that no longer served you or for your betterment, right? And now you've broken that stranglehold, and we get the beautiful, wonderful card in the 6th card placement, the 10 of Cups. This is really great. It's another reflection of ending up of a minor arcana. We're reaching the 10 number. In this area of the Cups, it's our heart. It's love. It's intuition. It's psychic ability. It's even the dreamscape. It's all that emotional flow that you have mastered in the area of the 10 cups. And what's nice about the 10 of cups is the respect that you hold for yourself. And you're not going to allow anything else to kind of disrupt your equilibrium in that area of emotion, right? You're not going to let emotional vampires take advantage of you. You're going to make sure that your love and your heart and your spirit and even your ideas and even like the practicality of making those things materialize is only going to go for the best of your purpose and for the people that you really care about. It's an exalted state in the journey of the cups. It's a happily ever after. It was a worthwhile of taking the journey to get where you are. So wherever that applies to you, again, another kudos to you, Capricorn. And this is part of the reward for you as well. And it's the fair and justness out of your heart being applied. And it's not just relationship, even though that's the overall theme, but it's friendships and families and home. And again, anything that for the earth sign domain that materializes out of the heart. That's the way I feel about with the 10 of cups. It's a beautiful a card, and you deserve it so well. And what's so nice about this is I've got a dimension of heart, I've got a dimension of intellect, and I've got a dimension of creativity that really gets emerging in that practical matter. And that's, again, the domain of Capricorn is so great because here in the area of self, that 7th card position is the direct extension of the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm taking new directions. I've planted my seeds. Let's go see what we're going to plant and harvest for tomorrow. I'm in a landscape of abundancy. I'm holding a gold coin here as well, another representation. You can make money materialize out of anything you put your heart and spirit to and your intellect. That's what the 4 of Swords here sitting in that 7th card position. You know you've got the firm foundation in your identity, your intelligence, your intellect, the way that you're going to communicate it. And you might as well throw, again, that heavy dose of strategy and analytical thinking has been applied, I imagine, a lot in the journey of the 4. The 4 also follows the 3 of Swords. You might have seen that heart with the 3 swords pierce through it. That's you literally killing off, in the ancient tarot mythology, of way of killing off the patriarch, the authority figure, the authority that we have to bend to, where our own identity gets bent to the satisfaction of everybody else, including family, friends, and society. That's the journey of the swords. And the 4 says you've done it here. You've conquered those mountains. That's what that representation is in tarot. You've gotten that higher perspective, that higher consciousness. And, not only an overview or viewpoint for yourself, but for other people too as well. That's what makes Capricorn really great. And that's where the Pisces starts to merge with that drive of the Aries, and that's where, again, heart and spirit gets mixed with intellect and logic. Okay, and that's reflected here in that 4 of Swords. It's a firm foundation for you and your identity. Dig me, don't dig me, but you're digging yourself, and that's huge for a Capricorn to make anything happen. So trust this. Okay, do not undermine yourself, and that's probably why the Queen is appearing. It's just like kick it to the curb, because you all have all the confidence, self-esteem, and self-love that gets manifested out of that. So again, good job here. And other people know you've gotten these kind of props as well, this inner confidence, right? And the 8th card position is the way other people look at you. I love seeing this. The 6 of Swords, 6, 3, 6, 9 are celebratory states in numerology and tarot. And they're a pat on the back saying, hey, good job here. Again, in our identity, fighting for our identity. The conflict that comes out of all that is making you recognize your integrity, your character. And that's never an easy journey. It's like sometimes easy to know what you want out of life, but you don't know what you don't want out of life until you kind of bite that apple and say, oh, I don't like that person's character, or I never want to be like that myself. That's what brings out that kind of ethical veneer to you right now that's really, that comes out of an inner core that's built on integrity and character. So you should really be proud of yourself. The 6, like I said, it's celebratory, but like the 8, it doesn't feel, the 8 of Swords, it doesn't feel very celebratory. The Swords journey is a really tough one because it's going after you and the way that you think and the way that you want to live and love and work and so on. And the 6 says, good job. And I often use the analogy of like a boxer. It could be like you're looking around saying, who's next? Who's next? And there's nobody next. There's nobody in the ring with you at all. There's nobody in the Coliseum or even the parking lot, okay, Capricorn? And that's how other people look at you, putting down the sword, so that's good. You don't have to fight for that identity anymore. There's a representation of that emotional upheaval, that chaos that came out of that fight too, because it's not just in the intellect, it's not in our thoughts. Remember, you're part water as well as fire, so you're going to feel all that in the heart. And that's what that water represents, but you master that. That's what's awesome here. That calm reflection of the water, it's your mastery over emotion. You could think in clarity and decision making that comes without you get a feeling, but it doesn't come with that chaos that emotion brings sometimes. Or also to other people's points of views. Everyone's got a good intention in the journey of the swords to tell you how to live your life, but you've got to come to your own decision making there. And that's what's reflected here in this reading. And that's where you're finding your firm footing in your ideas, the materialization of your ideas and your heart. It's just so beautiful. And people see you as a warrior too. So wherever that you could use that, and the fight is over. So if you've been fighting people in that dimension at all, just know that they need to back off, and they will back off because of that inner glow of confidence that's coming from you. From the only way you could get there is from walking the walk and talking the talk. You can't do it any other fake way. So props to you, Capricorn. You really deserve it. And you earned it too. And here in the 9th card position, we got something interesting. The Empress. Major Arcana, so we're having a life lesson here when we encounter a Major Arcana. That's, again, another representation of reaching for a higher understanding, a higher consciousness, being a better person. That's what the Major Arcana is all about, is trying to teach you life lessons to be a better person for yourself in an ethical way, and how to manage that and be a better person in society as well. We all have the ups and downs and challenges. That's how we get to being that better character, right? And you've really earned it here. And it's being combined with spirit, which I'm really loving, because it's been a long time. Like Capricorn has been keeping the spirit or the water, the emotional side in decision making. You've been focused on other things, like you have it there, but you didn't want to cloud your judgment in moving forward wherever those areas are. And now it's starting to flow back. It's starting to find its own rhythm again. And I'm really loving that. And that's also too, I'll say this too, it's a reflection of Mother Earth. That's what the Empress is. And you're an earth sign, right? The flow of the seasons. And sometimes I say with the Empress, it's sometimes we could be spring and summer. Hey, all happy, even a little nice and fall and cozy. But then here comes winter, right? And it's just part of our personalities. We all have ups and downs. And again, it's the mastery of thought that you have applied, so it doesn't come out your words and your actions and your attitudes. You've been really working hard on that too. And that's really, we get that balance. It's a reflection of abundance. And it's also a reflection of planting the seeds to get tomorrow's harvest. So that's why she's in that wheat field. It's the potential that you have to make anything manifest. There's that waterfall coming out of that rich landscape of, again, planting that's that light green. It's planting our seeds for tomorrow. The waterfall is a representation of your emotional flow in your heart, and that happily ever after of what your dreams and wishes are for your heart. It's probably materializing even now, right? Okay, whatever that is. And here's the hills. It's not the mountainscapes anymore like we see in the Swords journey. It's the hills. Nothing's a big deal. It's like I'm not going to let it bother me like I used to, because I know who I am at my core. That's the Empress. And I'll also say this, a reflection of that Major Arcana, the Empress as well, is nurturing. So be nurturing to others. Don't be afraid of that. And more importantly, don't be afraid to nurture yourself. Talk to yourself instead of the queen of Say how wonderful you are, how intelligent and creative you are, how talented you are, how you could take an idea and make anything materialize in this world. That is a superpower, my Capricorn friends. So believe in you, and God believes in you. The universe believes in you. And I tell you something else with these cards too, like other people believe in you, even if they were the ones that were fighting you, okay? They know how strong you are, and that's really such a beautiful energy. And this is why it gets rewarded in the 10th card, the outcome card, the hangman. It's a major arcana card, and it literally means hanging in time. And this is a tough lesson. When I was younger, when I was doing tarot, I would see this and I would get PO'd because it's like, oh, I gotta wait. But as I've gotten older, having the queen at my shoulder and so on, I realized again, I couldn't even have another thought, never mind another action. We're getting overwhelmed. We're overthinking stuff. We're trying to control it in that anal retentive way when the hangman appears. It's a voluntary sacrifice to step aside. To me, it's like God and the universe saying, okay, Capricorn, let me in there. Let me help. Let me get it. And you're like, no, I got it. And you don't got it. So I need you to step aside. And the reason why you don't got it, everything else is great, but the way you're talking to yourself. You're the one that's generating those thoughts. The only one that control our thoughts is ourselves, right? So we need to make sure that the best, especially when we're talking about ourselves, right? And the hangman is getting in there to give you that rest and reprieve. And it's interesting because when we're hanging upside down, it's the different perspective that we get, the different viewpoint that gives us that enlightenment to enhance all these new things that we're doing, okay? Including of the heart. Wherever you want to make that improvement, God and the universe will get you that answer, but I need you in stillness, not in chaos and overwhelmness, right? Okay, because that stirs up anxiety, fears, and insecurities, and that totally undermines productivity and creativity. And the whole point of the hangman is for you to take a step aside so God and the universe could kind of lay out the red carpet. Or like Dorothy in the yellow brick road. There's the yellow brick road. God in the universe is getting it all prepared, and we're ready to put that little ruby slipper on it and go in a whole new direction. But first, I need you to catch a breath, and you deserve it as well. And you're thinking about these new things, okay? So no rushiness, okay? Because we can feel that with this combo of the knight and the queen. The queen will say, let's get going. Let's do this yesterday. And the knight says, no, I need to be practical. I want to plant my seed here. I need to water it. Make sure it's getting the right sun and love and talking to, right? Because we know what to make the gold coin appear in tomorrow. And again, it's based on your identity and your ideas. And we get validation of this as well. So don't mind hanging out with the hangman because he's in your favor. And I tell you, I can't tell you the rewards that come out of the clarity of that time spent. Okay, so take the reprieve, take the nurturing. Obviously, you need it. Take the self-care, talking to yourself in a loving and really encouraging manner and supportive, right? And surround yourself with people like that as well, okay? Because this also says that there's things like that as well. There's people that see, and you've learned this already. I don't have to tell you this again. I know you know it. So in the bonus card is the Eight of Pentacles. Unlike the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles feels like a refresh, rejuvenation, a restart in the area of the material. Again, your domain is the ruler. See, we have all that money at our feet. We've got our, the work table, right? We create anything. It doesn't matter whether it's a craft and a product or a service of your intelligence, or even just like, say you're retired, or, you want to go kick it in a new way, do new things and be excited about life again. That's what's on hand. New businesses, new health, new ways of thinking, new family relationship, any way that you want to apply that enthusiastic energy of planting it for your tomorrow, for your harvest, wherever those changes need to happen to make your happily ever after, or even improve on it to make it better and take it into a new direction as well, right? Because this is all on offer, and the 8th offers you that. It's all about abundancy. And it's another reflection here too. We're winding up in the 10, right? That refresh, rejuvenation. Sometimes when we're on our journey, we need that enthusiasm, excitement again. And I'm sure it's welcome and it's stirring in you. And you so deserve it, Capricorn. You've worked so hard in every aspect of your life to get here. And you should just go get your reward. So kick the queen to the curb and let's move. And well, I guess not move. Let's hang with the hangman. And let those ideas flourish in your heart and your spirit. And also say this, look back. Look how far you've come. Pat yourself on the back, because a lot of earth signs were onto the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. We forget to even look back and say, wow, look at what I've done. Look how far I've come. That's where you are right now. And that's part of the reflection of the time that the hangman's giving you. So pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. So thank you so much for everyone that watches. I can't even tell you so much. Thank you for all the feedback and everything. And thank you for everyone that subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, if you like the content, if you consider doing so, that would be great. We're trying to spread the good news of tarot, that everyone could use it for their betterment. Everyone and their mother has been telling me that I have to keep stressing this for the YouTube algorithm. So I'm following their advice. So thank you, Capricorn. Go get them.